What is going on, Flyers fans, and welcome to Clear the Ice, a Flyers postgame show here on the It's a Wrap Sports Network with your boy Matty B on the call. And the Flyers have now ran their point streak to 5 consecutive games and a thrilling 3-2 overtime win tonight against the St. Louis Blues. The Flyers will now embark on their mandatory union break as they will get 4 days off starting tomorrow. And they won't be back in action until next Thursday. So it was imperative that they kind of went into that break with a high note. And there's really, they're playing their best hockey of the season at this point. And that's maybe a double-edged sword because you don't actually want that to stop and you don't want the momentum of that to end. But they're going to have to take some days off. But at least we can go into this break on a positive note, thinking that the Flyers might have actually found a secret recipe and turned the corner as they have now points in 5 straight. Tonight, a manic game at times. Bennington and Kovacev were putting on clinics. Not much offense in this game, but it was a great game to watch. It was really exciting and fun. Probably was really cool to be there in St. Louis to watch that game, even though, of course, I would never, ever go to St. Louis. But if I happened to be in St. Louis and I was there tonight, I would have enjoyed this game immensely live. But the Flyers, riding the coattails of what's becoming obviously some of the more important goal scorers of this team. This team does not have many goal scorers, but they're definitely Konechny, Michkov are on display right now. Konechny played a hell of a game off the puck tonight. Michkov played obviously with that assist in the first period, then the game winner in overtime, his 9th goal of the year, but still only 3 5-on-5 goals for Michkov in his career. That's a little alarming. But, I'll take it where I can get it at this point. His 9th goal of the year to end the game in overtime. The Flyers find a way to win after surrendering that lead late with 18 seconds to go. Kovacev's diving everywhere, but they were able to kind of push that puck underneath him at the end to get the game tied. They were on a 6-on-4 power play, which we'll discuss that as we move through this game about the ticky-tack call on TK, the hook, and then about a minute or so later down there in the blue zone, there was another pretty bad hook on Paling. Nothing was called there. Whatever. I'm not going to sit here and, of course, I certainly am not going to badmouth the refs for any of that, but it's the game. You got to play through it. The Flyers were unable to kill off that power play at the very end. St. Louis gets the equalizer, but all in all, just a stellar game from a lot of different people. The goaltending situation for this team has somehow entered in a phase of we have 3 NHL caliber goaltenders, starters. Is that a good problem to have? I don't know. Erson's coming back off of the IL probably by the game next Thursday against Florida. They're going to have to figure out something what they're going to do with these 3. I don't recommend. I know it's been done. I think Montreal did it a couple of years ago. It's been done where teams have carried 3 goalies on their active roster. But in a team that really doesn't score many goals, that the Flyers are still averaging less than 3 a game, I don't think you clog up a spot on your roster for a 3rd goalie. Someone's going to have to get sent down. I don't know who that is. Is it a good problem to have? I don't know. I really don't know. But right now, you can't make a case. You can make a case for both of them not to be sent down. Hell, you could probably make a case for Urson to get sent down, seeing how he hasn't played in a couple of weeks. But they're going to have to make that decision coming here into the next week's games. But a clinic tonight by Kovacev. I don't like his mechanic. I've told you this. I don't like how deep he plays in that net. But what he does by playing deep in that net, he really opens up his lateral ability to go side to side and fully extend when he needs to. And boy, was that on display tonight as he kept out a few goals. And even on that tying goal at the end, he made an amazing initial save on it. The rebound was clicking around like a pinball, and he was unable to get it. But just an amazing night from Kovacev. And then Jordan Bennington, Stanley Cup champion. What are you going to do there? But Flyers, just a really good game to kind of go into that break. 3-2 winners tonight over to St. Louis Blues in the OT. Oh, Steve, what's going on, man? Oh, when Michkov comes marching in, brick me. Yeah, listen, Michkov, 2 points tonight. The assist in the first period on the 2-on-1 where we're going to break the goal down here in a minute. He was patient enough on that 2-on-1 to get the pass over to Tippett. A little bit too patient, if you ask me, as the visions of indecision were dancing through my head as I'm watching him come down to try to kind of set that two-on-one up. But, it worked, and Tippett gets the goal. And what can you say about the overtime breakaway goal? Michkov loves the open ice. We obviously know that. His 9th goal of the year, and only 3 of them have been scored on 5-on-5. That's a concern. I ain't gonna lie, that is a concern. But tonight, it wasn't. To hell with hockey 500. Let's get real 500. What the hell does that mean? Adam, what's up, Matty B? Flyers turning the corner. I don't know. Adam, let's just enjoy this one game at a time. As I said, 5 points now in their last 5 games, not 5 points. Points in their last 5 games. They are playing, in all intents and purposes, their best hockey of the season. We're just barely a quarter away through. Are they turning a corner? I don't know. Maybe they're getting to the corner. This team is still this team. This team is still has to approach every single game like it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. They can't take a shift off. They can't take a period off. They cannot take a game off. They got to play with their hair on fire every single game because they still don't have enough talent. Is that something that, did that aid in their flame out down the stretch last year? Now, the injuries to the defensive core, trading of Sean Walker, the Carter Hart drama, all that led itself into it too. But did the Flyers just kind of flame out because of the style of play they played? We're going to find out this year if the same thing kind of happens. But turning a corner, I don't know, Adam. I honestly, I don't know that answer to that question 25 games into the season. I don't. They're playing the best hockey they have so far this year, and that is evident. They still play every game like an amazing work ethic. They got to find ways to generate more offense. Still less than 3 goals a game. Not going to get it done in the NHL, but they're playing better, and I got to give them that. It's never a question with me with the defense. It's never been a question with the goaltending. It's always been the question with the offense. The offense is playing better, but they're still not finishing, right? They had a ton of chances tonight against Bennington. They had a ton of chances against Sheverkin yesterday in the Rangers. They had a ton of chances on Wednesday night against Nashville. They're still not finishing. So turning a corner, getting lucky, you take your pick. But they're playing really well. I will not take that away from them. Let's break some of the X's and O's down in this game tonight. Let's start with some game housekeeping. The Flyers tonight had Eric Johnson, Nick Deloria, and Helds Grange healthy scratched for them. Of course, Urson and Drysdale are currently on the IL. For St. Louis, Pavel Buchnevich, Nathan Walker, and Scott Prunyanovich were also healthy scratches for the Blues. Alexei Kovasov got the nod, and Jordan Bennington got the nod for St. Louis. On the night, Bennington, and I don't think enough credit's going to be paid to Jordan Bennington because he kept the Blues in this game. He was being peppered all night. But Bennington, 31 shots, 28 saves, finishes with a .903 save percentage. Kovasov, one of my stars of the game, obviously, finished with 27 shots faced, 25 saves, and a .926 goals save percentage. Good God. On the night, the Flyers did outshoot the Blues 31-27. The Flyers are 0 for 2 on the power play. Blues were 1 for 3 in the power play. Flyers now are dipped below 17% on their power play. That has not been a good sign lately. The Flyers blocked 18 shots in this game. They gave the puck away 11 times. Hallelujah! Finally. A giveaway total not up in the 20s, not up in the 30s, not even up in the teens, in the ends. I'll take that, man. I'll take the damn small wonders. 11 giveaways tonight, a season low for the Flyers, as they're still giving it away 15 times a game, but still a season low. You got to start somewhere. Much better on the giveaways. They took the puck away 6 times from the St. Louis Blues. And let's now get into some of the goal breaking down. But we got one more comment. Steve, I can't get too worked up over the Rangers win. New York has been dog shit lately, and their captain has checked out. Nevertheless, I will take the W's. You can say what you want about the Rangers, Steve. You can. And they're not playing well. And there seems to be some dissension on Broadway. I get you. But they're still a really good team. They got a great goaltender. They got really good players, and they are going to be in this at the end. There's just no way getting it. They are a perennial Stanley Cup contender. You take them where you can get them, Steve. They still had to play against a perennial Stanley Cup contender, and they did, and they won. So you got to take the goodness with that. Now, you're right. There is a little internal strife. I'll give you that. The Nashville game was total garbage. They shouldn't have won that game, but they did. Tonight, it was the same recipe. We talk about the Eagles this season with the same recipe to winning. Slow starts in the first half, ride the defense, give the ball to Saquon, they win in the second half. That's been the Eagles' success this season, right? The Flyers have been the same, pretty much the first part of the Flyer recipe used to be don't start playing until the last 10 minutes of the game and pray to God your goaltending keeps you in it. Now the secret to the sauce is you score early and you hold on for dear life until the end. So listen, you got to take them as you can get them. Tonight, the Flyers did get that early goal and then had to hold on to a 1-0 lead against the St. Louis Blues, which a little demoralizing against a team who's under 500. But Bennington's a hell of a goalie. But, Steve, I'm going to take the wins as I can get them, man. I'm going to enjoy the wins as I can get them because they're not guaranteed at this level, especially the way the Flyers started the season. You know what? Coming out of that Nashville game Wednesday night, I didn't think they had a prayer against the Rangers. And I don't care with all the internal strife the Rangers are dealing with. Flyers played like crap Wednesday night and somehow found a way to win. So I'm taking it, Steve. I'm taking it whereas I can guess it, man. I thought it was an impressive win, personally. But let's get back to this game. Flyers would get it going early on in this game at 9:15 of the first period. Owen Tippett, his 5th from Michkov, his 10th, and Frost, his 7th. To give the Flyers the early 1-0 lead. And let's bring up the goal now, shall we? Here it is. So there's a turnover. I don't remember what led to this play, but as you can see, you got Tippett and Michkov standing in the center neutralized area. One St. Louis Blue defender amongst them. Obviously, a breakdown somewhere along the line. The puck is going to tip over to Tippett, grabs it, and there comes Michkov, and there's this crazy 2-on-1 with, again, I give Michkov a lot of credit here. He was patient, maybe a little too patient for my taste, but he does find it right there. Tippett gets the tip in, and it makes it 1-0 as I was like, come on, pass, shoot, do something. But he finally did, and he got the goal there. 1-0 Flyers at this point, and a very the slowest developing 2-on-1 I think I've ever seen, but it worked for the Flyers as they take the lead 1-0. And that would be all the scoring in that first period. The Flyers would finish the first period out shooting the Blues 10-6 and heading into the second period nursing a 1-0 lead. Now, there were no goals scored in the second period, but boy, was there some stellar goaltending. And I want to look at 2 saves, one from Kovaslov and one from Bennington, that kind of epitomize what this night was really about when it comes down to this game in terms of defensive and, more importantly, goaltending play, because they were just putting on clinics out there. Bennington, the perennial, he's Stanley Cup champ. He's got a little cachet. He's won at this level, so maybe not so much of a shock to see from him. But this save was beautiful. And he was doing this stuff all night, not just here. But here comes TK getting harassed on his way in. Bennington's going to, this is just, so TK's going to try to bull his way through, and he does. Look at the power. Look at the balance here. Bennington's going to make the initial save. There goes the rebound. You never give up fat, juicy rebounds. And then there might be a little bit of contact right there. I don't know. But here comes Couturier, and look at the hand come across. This is just like ESPN highlight right there. Now, Couturier should know better. You got to go high with that. But you know what? You can't take it away from Bennington as he just lays out and just makes the amazing save on Couturier there to keep the thing at 1-0. Just an amazing save. You got to revel in those things, man. That's why you like this game. That's why you love hockey, to see things like that. And Kovaslov, though, he would not be outdone because he flashed some leather. He flashed some saves of his own, and this also was in the second period. I want to bring this up because, again, another odd man, let's call it what it was, damn breakaway. But Kovaslov equal to the task. Let's key it up. Ah, man, I need a producer. So I need a producer. But anyway, let's get it going. All right, here we go. On the break, here we go. Kovasov. Now, he is not playing deep in the net here. He's going to come out a little bit. Then look, he's going to start retreating. Goes to that butterfly with that leg right out there again, and just stonewalls, man. Stonewall. As he makes the amazing save. Look at it from a bird's eye view. Watch, he's going to throw out that left leg. Look at that, man. Oh, God, I wish I could play like that. Again, just a clinic tonight by these two goaltenders as they kept the score at 1-0 heading into the third period. And let's pick up the action in that second period. By the way, the Flyers outshot the Blues 14-9. So that is definitely a trend that's going in the right direction for the Flyers now. They're starting to generate more quality scoring opportunities, and they're outshooting their opponents over the last 7-8 games. But the Blues would find their way to tie this thing at the 11-11 mark of that third period. Dylan Holloway, his 7th of the season. I don't know how many goals I think it was his first as a Blue. He came over earlier this month in that trade with Edmonton. From Shen, his 8th, and Kessel is 3rd. As we complete our Shen tour of the week, dealing with the other brother in Nashville and now him in St. Louis. We're done with the Shen boys for a little while, but so they would get the thing tied up at 1-1. Let's bring this bad boy up. Ooh, all right. If anybody wants to be my producer, man, let me know. I'll bring you on. All right, here we go. A little good work here in the corner by St. Louis. I'm going to wrap it around a little bit. Flyers got this pretty well defended. I ain't going to lie. There is a little concern here with this guy's going to sneak. It's going to sit down in the slot, and guess what? He's got the puck. But they collapse down. But then we got a gap here. But I can live with that. It's just you're going to get that screen. Listen, it was an innocent-looking play after all the leather flashing in the gloves and the feet and the legs. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of demoralizing goal, but there was a screen there. Kovasov again victimized a little bit by playing too deep in his net. Let's pop it back. And again, that's going to kind of accentuate some of those problems. Now, he does come up once the shot is taken, but he starts real deep, as you can see here. And you're going to watch that screen approach. Now, we talked about Holloway sitting down here, but it's well defended. It's absolutely well defended. It's obviously going to be the screen that gets Kovasov kind of mixed up here, and the Blues will tie it up at 1 as the Blues battled their way back in this game, and that was demoralizing to see. But the Flyers wouldn't be outdone. About a minute later, Tyson Forrester doing what good young forwards do. And I'm not calling Tyson Forrester a good young forward. I'm still out on him, but he's doing what good young forwards do in this play, and that's continue to the net till you hear a whistle. Forrester's 5th. From Brink is 8th, and Kites is 4th. Flyers get the lead going again. Let's pull it up for you. This was actually all Bobby Brink, and he gets kind of denied, but the Blues fall asleep a little bit on this rebound, and Forrester's able to kind of capitalize on that to get the Flyers back in the lead. Let's bring it up. So here we go. We're going to get a turnover, and Brink is going to walk in all alone. And I don't know if his eyes get too big here, but he makes a really good move. But once again, Bennington, look at this, man. I mean, the shot was harassed. He didn't get it all of it, but there's Forrester following it up, and he gets the open net. But man, look at that, man. Even Bennington falling away still has a chance to make this save. This is just amazing goaltending tonight. Look at this. So Brink's all alone. St. Louis falls asleep. Bennington had no effect on this play, with maybe the only effect he had was changing Brink's direction a little bit, made Brink go a little wider when he came out on him. That might have been all that was needed to kind of alter the shot, as Brink didn't really get much on it, kind of hits the post. But as you can see, that this guy's going to follow Brink off to the corner. Old number 22 here is going to go completely to sleep because he just lets the puck kind of sit there. And there's Forrester walking his way in, and a little too late. 2-1 Flyers with the lead late, or about midway through the third period. And that's the way it would stand until late in the first period, as late as you can get, really, at 18 seconds remaining, 19:40. Jake Neighbors, his 8th, from Falk, his 6th, and Cairo, his 13th, to tie things up on the power play. We talked about this goal It was, a little demoralizing that the Flyers let it go, but, the situation that led up to it, and we're going to bring the goal up here, but let's kind of paint the picture. Travis Konechny was whistled for a hook with about 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Questionable hook, I will give you that. But it was a hook nonetheless. Did Konechny hook the player? Yes, he did. Did he hook him? Was it a penalty? Was it a dive? Ref says it wasn't. Ref says it was a penalty. We're going to go with penalty. So the Flyers found themselves down 5-on-4. The Blues then waited about a minute into that power play. Jim Montgomery, the old school coach there, not pulling the goalie initially, waited about a minute into the power play before he pulled the goalie. And this was right at the end of the power play as time was expiring on the power play. 18 seconds remaining, or about 23, 24 seconds at this point remaining in the game. Just it's a frantic finish, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Blues players. 1, 2, 3, 4 Flyer players. They're doing as much as they can. This is the very standardized power play defensive configuration, the 2-on-2 or the block. This is what a lot of people play. This is collapsing down. You're going to give up the perimeter, but you don't want to give up inside. You want to make sure you have as many bodies potentially down low for rebounds and clearing rebounds as you possibly can. So they're going to give up a lot on the perimeters here because their focus more is down low. And it's standard hockey here, and it's going to be a rebound attempt as the Blues will cycle it without much trouble here, but nice give and go here. And then Kovasov with the great save. And then he makes a second great save right there, going across as his body. The puck is still loose. Neighbors is battling. His body's flopping and flying all over the place. And he's able to push it underneath Kovasov for the tying goal with about 18 seconds remaining. I don't fault nobody on that one. There was 2 amazing saves made on this play by Kovasov. He just gave up too many rebounds for his own good, but let's bring it back a little bit. The initial save was a give and go in the slot, and no traffic, but he makes a really good save. Can't hold on to the rebound. It goes out. Then he scrawls over to the side. He made the secondary save right there. Puck is still loose, and that's when the Blues find a way to capitalize and to tie it late. You always, got to get them rebounds. Got to get them rebounds. But the Flyers, now we're moving into overtime, and that's when Michkov strikes again for the Flyers, his 9th. Konechny, his 17th assist on the breakaway in overtime. Now let's bring that bad boy up. All Michkov all the time on this play here. So let's bring it up. All right. So in the overtime, we're skating 3-on-3. Michkov loves 3-on-3. He loves 4-on-4. He loves 5-on-4. He loves 6-on-4. He loves everything that's tilted, and obvious reasons. His 5-on-5 goal scoring game does need some work. Tonight's goal, his 9th, was only his 3rd. He's only got 3 of those 9 goals on 5-on-5. But here we go, and let's go roll the tape. TK is going to make a great play here. He makes a great play, and then instinctively sees as he's going down, just clear it. That's all this was about. Get the puck out of the zone. Michkov cherry picking a little bit in his own zone, which is not really cherry picking. He's going to take it. Skating slow. Man, he's tired. I don't know, but a little slow for me here. But Michkov, this is what he's paid to do. That's why he's here. He's going to make a nice little move. He's going to go in, and then he's going to follow it a little bit. Was there some contact there? Doesn't really matter. The puck was in the crease, so you can kind of do some incidental contact. But was there some contact? Yeah, there was some contact. But you know what? The goal's good. Flyers win in the overtime, 3-2. They now have scored points in their last 5 games, and there you have it. 3-2 Flyers in overtime with the win. It's amazing how they are winning games, and they have no business winning. Yeah, Steve, it is. And it was mentioned in the telecast, the goaltending situation. We have not spoken like this about goaltending. Is this the reward for 40 years of looking for a replacement goalie for Pelle Lindbergh? That now finally, after 40 some odd years, we got 3 of them at the same time. Is this the reward that we're going to get from the hockey gods? We've been waiting for a goalie replacement for Pelle Lindbergh for 40 plus years. And now, finally, we got 3 of them at the same time. Those numbers don't work for me, and the Flyers might have to make a hard decision with moving somebody along, which I'm okay with because we still need offensive help. But and that's another thing. Over these next 4 days, if you're Danny B, do you think about that? They're all playing really well. You might not be able to get anything more than you could at this particular moment in time for Ivan Fedotov. You might not be able to get anything more at this particular time than you can right now for Alexei Kovalov. Or Sam Ersson? Do you seriously sit down and make the hard decision during this 4-day union break to potentially move one of these goalies along for some offensive assistance? Interesting dilemma right now because it's a double-edged sword. You come back off these 4 days off, everything can go back to hell. Who knows? But yeah, they're finding ways to win it, and it's on the backs of their goalies, and it's on their defense. Offense is still struggling. They're still struggling to find an offensive identity. They're still struggling with skilled positions. They're getting more and more opportunities, it seems, but they're just not finishing those opportunities. They won. It's good. Great game tonight, as I said. Great game tonight. The Flyers win 3-2. Let's go now to our turning point or key moment of the game for tonight's game. Let's roll the tape. All right, my key moment or turning point of the game. I'm going to take it to the TK penalty at the end of the third. I got to take that because obviously at that time, ticky-tack play, ticky-tack call. We're going to complain about it that it wasn't really a hook. It was a hook, yes, but was it a penalty? That remains to be seen in the eyes of the ref. It was a hook, but it led to the 6-on-4, which then led to the equalizing goal. So it was a turning point because it forced the game into overtime, but the Flyers did find a way to answer. But to me, that was the turning point tonight, and a very hard-fought, clean game. Not many penalties. Great goaltending. If you like goaltending and defensive hockey, then tonight was the night for you. But that, to me, was the turning point. The TK penalty at the end of the third period that led the St. Louis Blues onto their power play, which then led to the equalizing goal at 18 seconds. So there you have it. There's my turning point of the game. Let's now go to the Clear the Ice stat pack. 25 games now into the season, 12-10-3, 27 points. They are now 12-75 on the power play for 16% equal, 16.0% effective. They have now killed 73 penalties, or they've been shorthanded 73 times, killed 62 of them for 84.9. They have 69 goals on the year, 2.7 on average, which is not going to do it at the NHL. You got to be over 3. They've given up 81 goals for 3.2. They have 692 shots for 27.6 a game. They've given up 726 shots for 29 a game. Their overtime record, and when I mean overtime, I mean like the extra overtime period. Not. I don't lump them all into one, but their overtime record is now 4-1. They are 3-2 in the shootout. They've scored 6 shootout goals. There's still just a 1 shorthanded goal in the season, by the way. It's a little weird. They've taken the puck away 163 times for 6.5 a game. They've given it up 389 times for 15.5, and that's down because of the season low 11 giveaways tonight. They've blocked 489 shots for 19.5 a game. Mitch Koff now with his 9th goal, his third. 3 of them have only been on 5-on-5, and 106 for 779 on the power play since 2021-22 for 13.6. And I move over 500 for hosting Clear the Ice on the season, now at 6-5-3. So here is our schedule for next week. As I mentioned multiple times throughout this program, the Flyers will now be off until Thursday when they will battle the Stanley Cup champions. And then Saturday against Boston, and then our first shot at the Utah Hockey Club on Sunday, as the team formerly known as the Arizona Coyotes will make their triumphant appearance in Philadelphia. Sal's got you on Thursday and Saturday. I got you on Sunday. So there's your Clear the Ice schedule for next week. Again, 4 days off as we get ready to get into the month of December. And remember, tomorrow here on It's a Wrap Sports, the Birds Flyby, our post-game show, will make its triumphant debut. Sal G will be your host, and he has a co-host we have a semi-regular permanent co-host. I'm not going to tell you his name. You got to tune in to see. It'll be on immediately following the Eagle and Raven game, so make sure you're tuned in here on It's a Wrap Sports. Great game tonight, folks. Good win. Good quality family fun for everybody. There's the Flyers the way to win 3-2 in overtime. Alexei Kovasov leaving it all on the ice. Jordan Bennington leaving it all on the ice. Matt B. Michkov, 2 points tonight. TK with the questionable penalty leading to the overtime, or leading to the power play that sent the game into overtime, but the Flyers responded. They are now 2 games over 500 on this season, moved to 27 points on the year, and will now have 4 days off to ponder all of life's problems. And what does Danny B do? Sam Ersson should return from the IL some point next week. Jamie Drysdale will probably make his return as well. What do the Flyers do over these 4 days off? Do they make a move? Is someone getting traded? Do the Flyers move one of these 3 goalies that are playing, or one of these 2 goalies that are playing so well, for potential offensive assistance down the road? What do the Flyers do, and what does Danny B do over these next 4 days? And we'll have to wait and see, and we'll find all out together. We will talk again on this program here on Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow night on the Final Word with Matty B. Don't forget, again, the Eagles Flyby, the It's a Wrap Sports Eagles postgame show. Eagles Ravens tomorrow. Sal G has you for that. Until we talk again, in the immortal words of Mr. Gene Hart, good night and good hockey.
I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I flow so yo. Everybody know I'm you know when it click through to the and it's about to be a trophy fun. I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I flow so yo. Everybody know I'm you know when it click through to the and it's about to be a trophy fun.